Hey, how's it going, everybody? Nice to see you again. Hey, I am talking to you right now because I found out about some false flags, and that explains a heck of a lot from the Kirk stuff and other things. And if you're watching the mainstream media, yeah, you're being bullshitted. But there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and I'm loving it. So let's check out this guy again because he's on point.
Okay, greetings, Patriots, Starseeds, light workers, and of course our brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, like I say, I'm in hotspots right now and trying to hit and miss, trying to get this information out. But I'll tell you something, Patriots, we are in it right now. We are in the rapids of the river of life. We are in the rapids right now, and I'll tell you why. 2 weeks ago, I was in Vancouver and just kind of playing around on the not stock exchange, but the currency exchange. And I was looking at the Colombian peso. Yeah, I said, I'll go down there and maybe buy it, but I never got around to it, right? So I said, I had a chance. Okay, so this morning I look at it and I says, okay, maybe I'll just go down there and buy some Colombian peso. When I was in Vancouver, that's not 2 weeks ago, it was for $1 you could buy 4,000 Colombian pesos. Now today, 2,850 pesos. That is a peso gain. Now whether the Canadian dollar is going down or the peso is going up, who knows? But I'm going to tell you, it's active. And if I would have bought, like I bought today, $1,250 worth today. Back 2 weeks ago, I would have got 5 million pesos, okay, Colombian pesos. Today, I'm getting 3,240,000 pesos. That is a 18,000 peso difference, or 1,800 peso difference, okay, in 1 week. I think Colombian peso's on the move right now. I think it's gaining ground right now because they just got a new president in, and she's in line with the BRICS nations, which she's in line with Trump, and everything's going on, and you're going to watch that peso just go bang, 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 bang. And it could come because Venezuela and Colombia have the same access to all the resources and the oil and the everything that they've got there. It's the same. They're next door neighbors to each other, and I think Colombia peso is a sleeping giant. Okay, also jumping into silver. Silver's jumped from yesterday to today, $2 an ounce, easy. Now there is, I believe it's going to be for the banksters a suicide week. I really do, because it doesn't matter what they throw at the silver right now. The silver keeps moving up. So they have tried absolutely everything. I've been watching it carefully, religiously carefully for the last, 2 or 3 years, and I've never seen the dead cat bounce like I'm seeing it right now. And what they're doing, I have images of them in their offices with no suit on except for a shirt and a broken sweaty tie, and they are getting ready to pull the 9mm out because they have got so much paper silver that they have sold their customers. They will be hanging from light posts when they find out that all the paper they have sold their customers is worthless. There's not going to be a place for them to hide. Now, if you got physical silver, you're doing great because, like I said, that silver in the last 2 days has jumped $2. So if you've got 1,000 ounces of silver, okay, it's jumped $2. That means you made $2,000 in 2 days. That's $1,000 a day you're making, right? Okay. Let's move on to something else that's more interesting. Or that's just as interesting, okay? Everything you see out there, Patriots, Starseeds, light workers, and of course our brave military, is all false. Everything's bullshit. Charlie Kirk was a false flag. The bullet with Trump on the ear was all bullshit. Everything's bullshit. I believe the stock market's already crashed. They're just propping it up to, to that, giving you that illusion. I believe med beds have been out for 10, 20, 30 years now. And they haven't gotten it to us yet because they're setting it up and spread, now that the White Hats have had control for some years now, they're moving all these med beds around the planet, okay? And it's taking time. They got to move, this is big equipment, and it takes time to move it into every spot because the White Hats, I believe, want everything perfect. So when the lights go out or the lights come on, whatever you want to call it, everything's going to be ready. I believe the dollar's already crashed. I believe the stock market's already crashed. I believe the hospitals operate to the critical ill and put them into the bed beds. I believe that it's already happening. All this stuff that we're seeing is all past tense. Everything's made for the movies. All right? Trust me with this one. I know what I'm talking about when I'm seeing this stuff. We're living in a distraction environment. They want everybody to be distracted with their thoughts going here, there, and everywhere, and keeping all the events going so they can move shit into place. So they can move Jacera money into place. So they can move gold and silver into place. And now it's getting to the point where Vietnam is tired of waiting for Iraq to get, to shit or get off the pot. And they're just saying, forget about it. And the IMF had told them yesterday, go ahead and do your revaluation. Somebody's got to break the, open up the crack in the dam. And looks like I think Vietnam will be first on the block. So if you've got Vietnamese money, you're in the money. You are in the ball game, right? So I am extremely excited today. Like I said, I got to fly out here on the 6th, and I got friends leaving today for Costa Rica. And I'm saying, that flight might get canceled, right? And they said, yeah, I know. But, they're just moving into play anyways. They're going to, try to hop onto it from Calgary. I say, okay, go ahead, good luck, right? So I think it's going to get to a point where I'm just watching all the numbers. I'm not watching or listening to anything anybody's saying. The only one that I'm listening to right now is Gene Decode and Michael Jaco, and of course Nick Vigneaultman if he's doing Money Talk. But even other money gurus out there, if they're not getting to the point, you've just lost my interest. And there is so many podcasters out there that are still working inside that matrix, that are still elaborating over these events that are unfolding and happening right now. I believe all that stuff is all part of the script. They've maybe been told to do that. Nino Rodriguez, he's all amped up about the war here and amping up about the Third World War and all this shit. None of it is going to be true. None of it is. It's all absolute bullshit because they're trying to keep you Patriots distracted so they can move everything into place, move all the monies into place, and it's starting to split at the seams now, okay? And what I mean by that is that if you're not, don't listen to what people are saying, watch the markets and what they're doing. They can't hold it back anymore. They can't hold the silver and gold down anymore. They can't hold the platinum down anymore. They tried. They're slapping all kinds of shit. They're throwing grenades at it, and it's still moving up and getting up in value. I mean, this is suicide kryptonite for the Jesuit central banksters, if there is even any left. The stock market's already crashed years ago. And like I said, there's many things and all the new technologies, they're already being slapped out there now. The technologies that are happening right now, we're already seeing it in the ongoing videos that we're watching on TikTok or Rumble or anything like that. It's all being thrown out at you for the normies to get a hold of that that particular event or that type of reality, because they don't want to do the shock and awe treatment on everybody, because everybody's going to fall over, and a lot of people won't accept the new reality of what's coming. But this new reality has already been in play. This has already happened years and years ago. The White Hats, I'll tell you right now, I'm thinking right now, the White Hats took control of this, and they started monitoring and following and going not so much on the offense, but is doing a lot of takedowns and fighting back. And this goes back and it started the year that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated, and it's been going on since then. And of course, the White Hats and the deep state, are very, very sophisticated. Okay, and they've been keeping a lot of people down. There's been many, many attacks from the deep state side. There's been many, many attacks from the White Hat side towards them, and it's been a vicious war. But I think we won this thing years and years ago, and the White Hats are just trying to keep the lid on it and keep this narrative going, so it keeps everybody distracted, carrying on in their own merry little way. I mean, a lot of people that are waking up are finally waking up, and they're doing it organically because they're getting hit in the pocketbook. They're getting hit, financially. They're getting hit with bills and all this other stuff. There's no money to pay it to. They're corporations. They're done. They're finished. The worst case scenario, what are you going to do? Come and take your electricity away from you? We get free energy. You could take that to court. Say they cut my energy off. We're supposed to have, this is free energy. Why are they cutting my, what they're doing and signing the contract with us? I mean, we have to stand up and fight for this. We have to stand up and fight for this. The gasoline prices are they're gone. But I mean, I've watched gasoline here in the East Kootenai area, go from $1.70 a liter. Now it's $1.30 a liter. That's 40 cents a liter difference. That's $1.60 per gallon drop in the last 3-4 months. Things are coming down. Things are coming into place. I know it's not fast for a lot of people. It's not fast enough for a lot of people. But if we step out and step into a lot of things that we're seeing, especially watching the money exchange markets, don't worry about what the stock market's doing. It's dead. It's already dead. And I'm telling everybody that has money in the stock market should short out their investment, go short, and let it make a few bucks on it and get out fast. Everybody should cut your cable, because when this EBS goes off here, and it is going to go off very, very shortly, through the crisis that's going on, because they're pumping everybody's brain that there's all kinds of Al-Qaeda coming into the United States, and they're going to blow up shit, and they're going to go after the hospitals, and all kinds of fear fucking porn. It's all fear porn. Nothing's happening out there. There's no World War III. There's nothing. It's all distraction, everything. So, you can take, my content seriously, or you can, put it on the shelf. I really don't care, but I am convinced what's going on here, they cannot hold it back anymore. And that, dealing with Vietnam, with what they're doing right now, telling the IMF basically giving them the green light. You're going to watch Vietnam come onto the Forex even before be lit up before even Iraq is. And I think it's going to come in through the back door. Everybody's looking over at Iraq right now. Everybody's saying, oh yeah, do this, do that, and everything. No, it's not Iraq. They're still, fucking fighting with each other. Whatever they're doing, it doesn't make any difference, right? But I have more faith in the Vietnamese people than I do in the Iraqi people, because the Iraqi people are always fighting with each other. The Vietnamese all work in a group, and they work together, and I could see that thing just flying. So anybody that's holding any Vietnamese money, and I did go down and check today, it was still available at my bank. Okay? Anyways, that's where we sit, folks. And I believe that in the next week. If I don't get a flight out by the 6th of October, you'll know why. But I suspect that if the EBS does come on, it'll come on your TV. And if you don't have TV, grab yourself a radio, because it'll be on the radio as well. Okay? Signing off for now. I hope that helped everybody out. Like I said, stay in high vibration. Stay in the love vibration. Do not let anything distract you. Focus on living today and dreaming about what you're going to spend your fortune on, whether it be a farm or some doing some humanitarian work, maybe just even buying a house, having a new car or a new truck, because they've even set up those new cars, all the cars. Notice all the cars, they've overstocked on cars right now, and they're saying, oh, well, we're going to crush all these cars because we're going to new technology. Nobody's buying any cars because nobody's got any money. And there's millions and millions of cars coming on the platform. Well, you know what's going to happen, right? Everybody's going to get millions of dollars, and all of a sudden, that whole stockpile is going to get bought up. So this is where we're at, folks. And this is my story, and I'm going to stick to it. We'll see you on the next one.
Well, there you go, everybody. You can either believe it or not believe it. The false flags were everywhere. I fell into it. I knew they were going to do it. I just didn't, I just fell into the story in the movie or whatever you want to call it. But I believe this guy 100%. Yeah. I believe everything is in place. Getting ready to go, and I've been hoping for this for a long time, but yeah, if you're being suckered in by the government and the corporations and all that, do what he told you, okay? That'll hold them off, and then you fill that affidavit out at the courthouse, and then that puts a stay on everything, so just remember that one, because that's really good stuff. If you're getting hit by these corporations trying to sue you and stuff, that'll put the stop on it. And you people out there that has bought gold and silver and platinum, congrats. I'm going to go check out some Vietnam money, see if there's any at the banks, and see what the exchange is for that, actually. It's a fantastic idea. So, hey, we'll see you guys later.